Welcome to 11 Plus Academia, and today I'm going to show you how to pay and take a test. So if we navigate to the tests page, and at the bottom of the page there is a sample test. The sample test here is 5 questions long, lasts for 10 minutes, and you're allowed 10 attempts at the test. And there's a short description here that just shows you that it's a verbal reasoning question, there's a maths question, English grammar question, and 2 comprehension questions. So if I go into the test, the first thing I'll be asked to do is enter my email address. This is used to identify yourself and also for feedback after the test is complete. Now I'm asked to enter a password. This is the password that will allow you back into the test, whether that is to take it again or to complete it. You are able to actually pause the test partway through. And now we're just again confirming our details before we actually are then prompted to pay for the test. And if we wait a second, we're told that it's a sample test. It's going to cost me £1.79. We go to continue, and we should get a pop-up box that comes up giving us those options to pay. And you can see we can pay via PayPal or with a debit card. So I'm going to log into my PayPal account. So I log in with my details. And then it's now asking me for a password. And then just, this is my authentication that's on my PayPal account. So I just need to quickly enter this. And continue. And now I'll be prompted to pay for this test. Here we are, it's come up with the details, £1.79, and now I can pay for the test and we'll be all ready to go. Right, the test has been paid for, and in a second I'll go back and we're ready to take the test here. As it says, we've taken the sample test. We have 5 questions, 10 minutes to take the test in, and we're going to get 1 question per page. So let's continue. And now we are off. Up the top here you can see a timer. This is just a countdown to show how many minutes and seconds you have left on the test. Up the top here we can see all the questions. At the moment they're all unanswered. So let's look at this first question here. So question 1 of 5. This is a VR question and we are looking for the compound word. So let me go down here, have a look. So in, car and under, which do they match for turn, front, vent? Let's try in and front. I think they're my answers, in front. So then I go on to next question. Oh, this is a maths one, an algebra question. Answers 5x equals 20, so we want to find the value of x. So let's divide each side by 5. So 5x divided by 5 is x, equals 20 divided by 5 is 4, so x equals 4. So we'll put in the answer 4. Go on to the next question. Which of these sentences below has speech marks in the correct positions? So the first one, that looks like the speech marks are wrong. Second one, yep, it could be the second one. Let's check. The third one, no, that doesn't look right. And the fourth one, it might be the fourth one. I'm not quite sure about this. So what I'll do is I'll bookmark this and then we can come back to it at the end. So any you're not sure of, you can bookmark them and return to them. If we go next, so this one is a comprehension question, and it's filling in the missing word. So from Wind in the Willows, and we have to fill in word 1. So packing the basket was not quite such work as I'd say that's pleasant work. It's always nicer to unpack a food basket. Word 2, but mole was something on enjoying everything. I think bent on enjoying everything. Word 3, basket packed and something up tightly. So what would make sense there? Strapped up tightly, I think. Word 4, Rat pointed out a thought which anybody, something to have seen, anybody ought to have seen. And word 5, without much loss of temper, I think, and that would all make sense there. So now we go on to question 5 of 5, the last one, and this is like we're selecting a word to complete the sentence. He was determined to fight any that tried to harm his master, so any foe that tried to harm his master. I looked in the treehouse and saw something of Anders letters. That must be herds, I think. Henry made sure to enjoy all of the delights of the adventure park. Harry was taught that it was polite and helpful to be herds punctual sounds like the one. And the last one, it was something for Poppy to miss her mum. Natural for Poppy to miss her mum. And you can see here now that I've done all questions, that instead of finishing now, I'll just go back up here. I've still got 6 minutes left, so I've still got a chance to review my questions. So I can click on see all the questions, and I've answered them all. Apart from this one, which I bookmarked because I wasn't quite sure about. Well, which something says speech marks in the correct position. So let's go back to this question and have a look here. And which one do I think it was? I seem to remember I started deciding between B and D. And because the question mark is inside the quote here, I think it is the right one, B. So I've now the option to save this and finish later. So it means I can come back to it using the email address and password I used earlier, or I can just finish now. So I think I'll finish and see how well I did. So I finished. I can immediately see I got 12 out of 13 points, scored 92.3%. And if I scroll down here, I can see that I got 4 questions correct and 1 incorrect. So I can look at the incorrect ones. And what did I do here? I can see that I put in and front, and actually I got it wrong. The answer was in and vent. In a little bit of feedback here saying in and vent equals invent. And if I go back and look at the correct answers, I can see here that yes, I got x equals 4. I got the punctuation in the right place after checking that. I've got all the missing words correct, and they provide feedback as well, even when you get an answer correct, so you can see what it should look like. And the last one, I got all those sentences correct. So that is the test. And the other bit to show you is, I think, if we go to your email, you'll see that I've got results from the test. And you can see here, it tells me that in algebra, I got 100%, comprehension, 100%, 10 out of 10 there. Make a word, I didn't do too well there. I didn't get any percentages right there. And punctuation, I got 100%. So this is very useful over time. You can build up a picture of how well you're doing on the tests. And the feedback that we saw just earlier on, you can see the feedback here as well. So it actually emails you that feedback. Okay, that is all I intended to show you today on how to take a test.